I'm Chris.
I'm Elyn.
And I'm Eli.
And this is Single Dad Homesteading, brought to you from the beautiful Appalachian Mountains in northeast Tennessee. Hey, today's video is going to be a great one, because as you notice, we've got a third member here. Remember, we told you our name of our homestead is C and E's Homestead, for Chris, Eli, and Elyn. This Eli is Elyn's half-brother, and he's my son. He's going to be there, and he's really not my blood son, but he is my son. I love him just as much as his daddy does, I think, sometimes. Sometimes we fight. We like to argue, just like any other dad and son, and we have a great time here on the homestead. Eli, what did you find when you got here on the homestead that was new?
Oh, they got goats and birds.
And birds. We got them. Not we got them. We got them. What are the, you remember what the goats' names are?
Snowflake, Frosting,
Frosting,
Snowflake.
Frosting Cloud.
Frosting Cloud. There was...
Spots.
Spots.
Is the little girl. And we got the quail outside, which you haven't got to go out and actually got to play with them yet.
No.
It's been cold. Guys, the temperature dropped. It got a little crazy here over the last few days. With just the weather change. Man, we've gotten so much rain like everybody else has on their homesteads. We're raising more mud than we are any type of animals right now. Elyn's giving you guys a wave. We do have some bad news. The little black boy goat, he did pass away. He didn't make it through the night. He just wasn't strong enough. But you know what? That's like I said the last time. You got to understand, if you have a homestead, you're going to have birth, you're going to have death, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. It's sad, but we're okay, aren't we, Elyn?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you have anything you want to tell them about your bubby? Want to tell them how good of a bubby he is, or no?
I don't want to.
You don't want to? We went and saw some great movies last night. We've had a good time. Eli's going to be here through tomorrow for Martin Luther King Day. So this is Sunday. You'll probably see this on Monday, maybe late tonight if I can get it. We're going to try something a little different. I actually downloaded an editing program and bought a laptop. So we're going to see how editing goes and if I can do that. Eli's pretty good at it. He's got a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel, Eli, where you're silly and crazy?
It's just called Eli Van Hoy.
So go check him out on Eli Van Hoy on YouTube. We won't get him to do it today, but I promise you'll get to hear him at some time. But Eli has a beautiful voice. He loves to sing. I think one of your favorite genres right now is Jackson 5, isn't it? Back in the Motown time period. And what's the other song you sing? The yodeling song? You call it the yodeling song?
No.
Get your hand out of your face.
I just like old music.
Old music, like me. Old.
Just any old music.
Just any old music? Okay. Well, there actually is a purpose to this video today, guys. Eli and Elyn are going to go play and stuff. And we're actually going to look at one of our main power sources here on the farm. And that is a Goal Zero Yeti 400. So we're going to take a little break here in a second. I'm hoping this editing thing works out, because I'm going to pop off of here, let these guys go start to play, and then I'll restart the video back at looking at this Goal Zero as I tell you some about it and the features that it has and how we run ours here on the homestead. So let's get into that. So say bye, guys.
Bye!
Alright guys, so here's this new Yeti Goal Zero 400. This is the regular cell battery. It's not the lithium. They actually have some really good sales. If you actually go to Goal Zero's website, they got some great holiday sales and stuff that they've carried over. I'm not sponsored by them. We just love the product. It's an awesome little generator is basically what it is. It's about 12 inches wide by about 9 or 10 inches high, 9 or 10 inches deep. It weighs about 29 pounds. It has two regular 110 volt plugs, and these plugs actually allow you to plug in, and it's a 400 watt system with 33 amp hours. But each plug is rated to 300 watts. So you're not going to run a toaster oven or your coffee pot or anything like this, but it'll run every light in our house. We do have the 7-watt LED light bulbs in the house, so throughout the house. I look like Santa Claus with these glasses on. Sorry, but I can't read without them. So each one of these plugs allows you 300 watts to each one, so we can plug them in and actually, run all the lights and the basics here. It has 2 USB ports. It has 3 12-volt ports. 2 of them are the octagon plug ports for like running in your RV or your camper, or if you have 12-volt lighting ran through your house, you can plug those in here and it works even better. And then you have a cigarette charging port. Some of the cool things about this is it's all self-contained, and you can carry this on and you can charge it multiple ways. You can charge it via solar panels. You can charge it via cigarette lighter in your car, so you can have it for transport. And they also sell a unit that allows you to charge it straight from a 110 plug. So you can actually charge this thing up, leave it sitting on your shelf at your house, and if the power goes down, you can pull it off and plug in your computers, your lights, your fridge, things like that. I wrote down a couple of notes from off their website, so we'll share those with you on run times and things of that nature. That they do. So you get about 20 plus charges for your smartphone that's charging them. I actually think you probably can get a little bit more on that. Most people don't let their phones go completely dead, which you should let them go almost completely dead. You get about 70 for your YouTube cameras and POV personal video cameras and things like that. Get about 70 charges on those. So for the YouTubers, you wanting something to throw into your truck or your car when you're out and doing stuff out in town, or you're going someplace else for a couple of days, do a farm tour, you're going to an event or something of that nature, great for that. Plus you can continue to charge. This is just off the unit, not being plugged into solar or into the wall or anything like that. This is just using the battery that's inside, the 400 watt, 33 amp hour, 12 volt system. It's all self-contained with charge controller. Everything's into this system. You can get about 8 to 10 charges on a laptop, or a little bit more on tablets, probably 12 to 15 on a tablet. And it'll run like a 32-inch LCD TV. It'll run one of those for about 3 or 4 hours before it gets to a point that it needs to be recharged. Now, the length of time it takes to charge the battery that's inside of it depends on what you're charging it with. If you're charging it with a wall unit, a 110 plug, where you plug it in and charge it via that manner, it doesn't take but 6 hours or so. I'm not sure. You can actually go on the website and see exactly the times. If you're charging it in your car while you're driving and stuff, it's going to take you probably 10 to 12, if not a little longer. And then if you're using a solar system, it depends on what size solar panels you're using. The Goal Zero sells, such as they've got a 30 watt panel, they got 50 watt panels, then they have what they call a suitcase, which is actually 100 watt, 250 watt panels that are together and they fold up and go in a little bag and you carry. What we actually charge this with is a 30 watt and a suitcase, which is 130 watts total, and on a really, really good sunny day, we're hitting right at 100 watts. Now I know that's 130 watts that I just said, but when you chain them together, you lose a little bit throughout that process. The panels can be changed. I can charge this battery in about 6 to 8 hours with the way that we use it. And then we use this while it's charging, and we're fine. We can run all the lights or anything we need during the day, radio, the TV for a while, and still get enough charge on here. The display screen, if you hit the button, there's a display screen here, and this side says input, this side says output, and then there's a battery in the center that actually shows you how much charge you have. So you'll know if I'm using 15 watts of power to run my lights, and then on the other side, my input is 70 watts. I'm still charging this battery and going that way. Everything, you have to push a little button to turn off each one of them and go through that way. Like I said, it has 2 USB ports. On the side, on this side, let me turn this little table around. On the side, there's a little port, and you can actually use multiples of these. They have a 400, they have a 1200, a 1250, and a 1400 battery system. You can daisy chain these together to increase your power load. And I think I got total, this one, if I bought it brand new, I bought this actually used off of Craigslist. If I bought it brand new with the solar panels and everything, it'd be about $700. Right now, I saw on their site that they have some of these sealed batteries, not the lithium ones, for sale for a couple $100 for this unit without the solar panels. And that's amazing when you start putting everything together and daisy chain them up. It has a cooling fan that's inside that helps keep everything cool as you're running it and stuff. Weighs about 29 pounds, so it's fairly easy to throw in the car and go. It'll run your refrigerator. You can run your refrigerator off this as long as you're not got a big industrial side-by-side and stuff. It will run that. Like I said, you can go to goalzero.com, go to their website, pull all this stuff up. They have an open box section, so you can buy some of the ones they've used for demos and stuff like that and save a little bit of money. But we love this system. What I'll do in a minute, it's cold. My panels are on the outside wall. I'll walk you outside and show you our panels and how that works. You can run this where you leave it in a room, a back room, and have plugs plugged up to direct wire this into your lighting and stuff. I'm saying a lot in this video, so I apologize as I do it again. With everything that we have here, we've had this system for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. I want to get a bigger one. I would love to have the 1400. I'm not sure if I want to go with the lithium batteries. I just still don't think that they're developed enough to where they don't heat up as much and things of that nature. So I think I'll give those a little bit longer, and I'll search for the ones that have the regular sealed batteries inside. There's 4 screws on top, Allen screws on top. You can take those out and actually replace the battery if the battery goes dead after a time. So it's not like you're losing any of the components. I think the batteries were $79. If you look at putting in a solar system into your house and you buy, let's say, 200 watt panels, decent, good 100 watt panels, you buy a battery, you buy a charge controller, you buy an inverter, you buy the wiring and everything, you're going to spend twice as much money as you will on this if you're doing it yourself. So you're going to spend that money one way or another. This one is a plug and play. Put it on and go. So it works out really, really well. We enjoy it. So let me head outside here real quick. Let me put my jacket on, and we'll walk outside and look at the solar panels. All right, guys, so we've got some snow falling down. It's coming straight into my face. It's a beautiful snowy day here in the Appalachian Mountains. You can see all the snow around here, and what we're going to do is show you these panels. I've got a piece of railroad tie down here that holds the screen door open and it's in the way right now. So this is the Boulder 30 Goal Zero panel, and then this is the 250s, and they're the suitcase. It's the Boulder 50s, and it's called the suitcase, 100 watt suitcase. So when you look at those, they're not real big. We'll get out here and see if we can back up a little and catch them without falling off the porch. I have them flat mounted onto the wall. The reason for having them flat mounted on the wall is just the way that the sun comes through. I get max on this. Eventually, if you look up, this wall gets stoned, by the way. That's why there's still Tyvek on it. It'll get stoned and there'll be a fireplace that goes all the way up. But if you look up, there's a band there, and you go all the way across the house. There will actually be a porch all the way around this house wrapped around, and then you'll have the panels for our main system, which are going to be the Renology 310 watt panels. And we were thinking about doing 10 of those panels, and have decided now that we're probably only going to do 4 to 6 because I don't think we need the power. I really don't, not with the small house we have. We're going to go back inside, it's cold. With the small house that we have, I think that we're going to be fine with those. Right here is one of our panels that we have that will go on that system in the end. So with that, we got kids upstairs being noisy like they should not be. So we're going to go with 4 to 6, and there'll actually be 4 on the front of the house and 2 on the side, because during the winter, the way that the sun rises, we'll get more input and sun hours from the corner of the house than we're going to be on the other. So it's going to allow us to capture a little more in the winter. We won't get as much of it during the summer. They'll still produce, but the 4 in the front will produce very well with those. So just everything going around the way that it is, that's the best bet for us. So with that said, that's our video today, talking about the Goal Zero, introducing you to Eli Van Hoy. If you like this this wonderful video that we've tried to put out today, and the information was something that you found useful, please hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, hit the thumbs down, hit the notification button for us. We finally got on where I got the laptop and I can check out the analytics and stuff. That's one of the things that YouTube's telling me we need to do better, is to get more people to hit the notification, the little bell down at the bottom for us. Comments, we're doing pretty good. You guys are interacting with us pretty well. Still not leaving me any information on what you would like to know about. If you want to learn about the gardening aspect, raised beds, like I said, natural herbs and medicinal plants out of the woods here in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm going to do a trout fishing video here on our stream. We have an actual native trout stream here that runs in front of the house. We own 168 feet of that, and I'll go downriver, catch some fish that are stocked fish, and then I'll catch some fish here, and I'll show you the difference between a wild caught brown trout or brook trout and trout from down at the bottom, and you will be amazed. So with that said, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification, leave us a comment. God bless. Live with what God gives you, and we're out of here.